Looks like that protomolecule is back at it again.
Can you imagine being so advanced that you can stop fusion?
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. It's your first BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm about to watch episode 6 of the fourth season. Just thought about it. Did I call it third season in the previous one? Anyway, the 6th episode of the 4th season of The Expanse, which is entitled Displacement. This one is a title that I think I completely understand at least one meaning of. At the end of the last episode, we saw a massive explosion occur on Elis/New Terra, and you saw the shockwaves going out from it. Part of that should have been a tsunami, because there's a whole bunch of displaced water that should have been knocked up by that explosion. So I'm guessing that's the main thing the title refers to. Of course, good titles in shows usually have more than one meaning. So we have the situation on Elis/New Terra right now between the RCE and the Belter settlers, where the settlers are worried about being displaced from their new home. So we've got that second meaning as well. And it may even also refer to what was going on with Avasarala and Nancy Gao in the special election. She just had first debate, and it didn't really go well for Avasarala. And so there could be the displacement of her from her position, and sort of like, especially, interesting because it relates to Nancy Gao's popularity, relates to sort of like, I guess you could call it the displacement of all these, people at the bottom rungs of society, who are, because Earth of the future still basically is operating under mostly capitalism. I had a little bit of an issue with my recording there. My phone keeps cutting off today for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I was talking about the fact that, Earth is still operating under capitalism. And even though they have universal basic income now, it's still functioning mostly under capitalist principles. So everyone has to work and earn a certain amount of wages in order to have any hope of having a reasonable life. Even though, honestly, I think they, by this point, should have enough efficiency with their resources that it really shouldn't be necessary. But, it is hard to imagine such a future, so I don't really expect most near future sci-fi to depict a culture that is managing its resources well enough that it doesn't have like tons of people at the bottom, just in destitution, I do think that they could do better, though. I think even now we could mostly have people not have to work, free up the labor to, so that people can pursue what they want to do rather than just working these awful, dangerous, menial jobs that destroy the spirit and crush your soul, as they say. But anyway, cue the Marxist meme, because I know everybody's like, he's a commie. But yeah, so this episode should mainly be dealing with fallout from various things. Situation on Elis/New Terra, the political situation with Avasarala, and possibly we may get to see a little bit more of what's going on with Bobby, because she was completely absent from the previous episode. So, but we'll see. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Episode 6. Oh, violence, alcohol use, and foul language. I wonder how much foul language. Because you could probably figure out whether Avasarala is in the episode just by, like, if they gave you, like, an indicator as to how much foul language there was. Because that woman curses a lot. She could have sworn her.
It's like a reactor failure.
For a gigantic reactor.
So is this literal fallout? Well, nuclear fallout.
The whole damn thing just blew. Okay, that's bad.
The first thing you're going to feel is the seismic quake from the explosion. It's moving straight through the planet, so it will reach you in like an hour.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
This isn't about size.
never is when your side is winning.
That's a damn good quote right there, though. It never is about sides when your side is winning. Privilege doesn't recognize itself. That was stupid, Amos. That could have started everybody else
something
firing.
important to say.
This is your fault.
Look, none of this is useful.
We almost died coming out here. Some did. This was our chance to make a home.
Believe me, I wish none of this had happened. But the only thing we can do now is leave before more people die.
See, this is why you don't tell everybody everything. Where's your daughter, though? Seriously, I'm trying to remember what was going on with this subplot.
Oh yeah, Jacob. We're prepping the shuttle, and we found something that belonged to you.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Where were you hiding, little girl? I don't know why I say little girl. She's not a little girl.
I thought those passing by the RCE had gotten you.
What are you doing up there?
Leaving.
Oh, okay. I know what they're doing now.
Is Mama angry?
She's worried.
She's with Naomi Nagata and Rocinante.
What? I told her this isn't Naomi's fault. I wanted to leave.
No,
She didn't tell me to do anything.
Baby girl,
Papa?
I need to tell you some things about what your mother has done. It won't be easy to hear.
At least he's being honest with her. Wow, look at that.
Planet is going to look very different tomorrow.
What about the other islands?
The other islands all appear to be cooling down, so small favors. It's a much nicer view from orbit.
I'll be up there soon enough.
The eye thing. No, that was definitely an interesting view. They just want us to kind of get a reminder of fusion right now.
Tracked her down. She's on the bar.
Can I talk to her?
Of course you can. Girl, open up a channel to Felcia Mason, right?
It's going to be a angry discussion, I think.
I never met anyone to get hurt. I'm not...
All we talk about keeping their family together on Illis. And you're the one that ran away. At least I didn't kill anyone first.
Wow. Don't make a rash decision.
Hey, Naomi, what's going on?
Oh!
It's like a bad fuel pellet. A batch of them.
I'm coming right up.
I wonder if they're doing what I think they're doing right now. Interesting way of conveying that plot point. They are. This was one of the most amazing things to me, just from a science standpoint.
So the physics of fusion have just stopped working.
Looks like that protomolecule is back at it again.
Can you imagine being so advanced that you can stop fusion? You just decide it's not going to work anymore. Fusion is not a thing anymore.
But we will not be forced from our homes again.
Since that transmission, it's been radio silence from the Rocinante as well as Edward Israel.
So if we take the OPA at their word, it means that we have all lost contact with everyone on that godforsaken planet.
I mean, this could play to your advantage.
Your items are there and waiting, as agreed. I'm going to check the inventory. If it's all the same to you.
You always should.
Do what you got to do.
For a second there, I was like, this dude's got a little mini lightsaber.
Hey, handsome. 3, 2, 1.
You're breaking my wrist.
Yes, that is the intent. Unless you'd prefer to leave.
Oh my god. She's so hot.
Can't trust anyone anymore. Sad. Splits at the same spot.
Yeah, she took a little pride in that. Wow. Got him for what happened to the dock foreman, I guess.
You gonna be ready to go?
Worried about me?
Only if I have to be.
We're doing a shit ton easier if we had the heavy shuttle, but we'll make it. Hey. Thanks for giving a shit.
Amos is always interesting, like what he says and what he doesn't say. Yep, there's the quake. Surprised it didn't last longer.
Our guess is that when that island fusion reactor blew, some system on this planet decided to keep anything similar from happening again.
What about Miller?
He's gone.
He helped us so we could bring him here. He may be done with us now.
Seems a little bit ungrateful, if you ask me.
Come on, investigator.
The Israel and the Barb use chemical rockets, which means they'll still work.
The Baba Piccola is too low. And it's not rated for atmosphere.
First things first.
Not rated for atmosphere. What does that mean?
It means it's not rated for atmosphere.
Rude. When y'all first got here, the Barb went into a low orbit, right, to conserve fuel for the shuttle going up and down to set up the colony. That low orbit has got more atmospheric drag. Slows it down.
It's going to decay.
The Barb's thrusters were not designed for this kind of work, and
The drive is out. We can't speed up. So sooner or later, the Barb will fall.
Yep.
And burn.
Yeah, her daughter's on the Barb. I know a lot of people don't understand the joy that people like me get out of seeing simple things like these shuttles maneuvering in space. But I just love the attention to detail the show puts into physics.
This is Mercury. Is there a problem with the shuttle?
Yeah, it's gone.
The shuttle is gone, sir. All we're picking up are high-energy particles in the vicinity.
What's going on with the moon?
Science team is on it. They think it might be melting.
So what's plan C?
We'll go to the ruins. Those structures have been here for over 1 billion years. If anything can survive what's coming, it's that.
There's no way in.
We'll have to make our own way in.
We have mining charges. We blast it open.
Assuming that works, you still have to seal it behind us.
We'll figure it out.
We don't have a lot of time.
We'll figure it out fast.
You got no options right now. You fucking do what you need to do. Times like this is when I go into my like crisis mode, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear anything you got to say right now. We're doing the thing that has the highest possibility of survival right now, and that's it.
By order of UNN Fleet Command, we will be remaining inside the ring space to help secure it from any further incidents that are beyond your ability to control.
Oh, we don't need a babysitter.
Those are not the conditions of the armistice.
The OPA violated those conditions first.
Maconaurus is not under our control.
Then why did you promise you could deal with him if you could not?
Politics.
We'll be in touch.
Nice view.
Don't be an asshole, dude.
They were measuring your office for curtains. It's an ancient inner saying.
They're trying to take over.
It means showing openly that they intend to take what belongs to you.
I stand by my vote. If we hadn't spared Mako's life, it would have divided the factions. We have to stay united.
And she's right.
You and I, we are both familiar with unforeseen consequences. If we don't resolve this quickly and to the UN's satisfaction,
then they will never leave. And we won't be able to force them to go.
Oh, okay, Bobby. Getting your groove back, huh?
Say, I feel kind of used.
I can assure you, you were.
Really gotta leave?
Yeah.
I mean, there are worse people you could be used by for this particular purpose.
You're a thirsty bitch.
The room service.
Feel free. On me.
Is a hotel?
Okay, big spender, I will. Seems like you landed on your feet.
Yeah, some freelance consulting work fell into my lap.
I can use some of that. You let me know if they're looking to hire.
How flexible are your morals? So here's the thing. If you work private security and stuff, you could end up working for people who are into shady shit without even realizing it. Especially the security that pays really well.
Told you it'd be worth it.
You guys all hanging out together is not a good idea if you want to be secretive about your little thing. Oh, yeah, that was an interesting little tidbit of information just now.
Bobby Draper.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, why on earth did you introduce yourself? Very different from what the books describe, but I do like the look they came up with for the builder's tech.
Thought you said the door closed.
It did. B. Miller opened it again for us.
Or it's not as solid as you thought. An earthquake shook it loose.
If that's the case, we're screwed.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Assuming
I'm with
that
Murphy
we
on
get
this one.
in,
You got no choice.
If you can make it to the ruins before the shockwave comes, go now. If you can't, stay here and we'll go together after the winds.
You don't have anything here that can survive these winds?
I have a differential diffusion column that can purify water clean enough to drink.
Good. Get it.
200 plus kilometer
that comes
winds.
from the clinic.
I'm an ignorant American, so I can't quickly convert that to to metric to imperial in my head. But I'm pretty sure that means it's in excess of 120 miles an hour, doesn't it?
He's a genius.
Those are incredibly strong winds. Those are that's like F6 tornado winds or something.
He is an idiot.
I love the G-Wiz tech.
That's not good.
Nope.
Shall teach you well, for you say
Oh, love the callback to that scene with him and Drummer.
to shun the gates of hell when you say in our laws we
You know, seeing his burn scar while he watches it. That's some clever storytelling. Put her on the float. Who's hailing you?
What? There was an unregistered OPA router in the path of the Sojourner's Type B.
I love how she was about to say something smart to him because of his tone, but was like, fuck it.
Transponder was the Pazuza. I built her ferry en route to Palos.
We need to monitor it.
Already in motion. In a few hours, every available OPA asset will have eyes and ears on that ship.
And Ashford's a great character. There's so many great characters in this series. Even this guy is really interesting. S.A. Martin, that's his name. Uh-oh. Looks like they updated the protocols after all.
Looks like they laid on a whole new security protocol.
You guys need to get out of there. This could be a trap.
The hydraulics that operate this door run through the base of the terraforming tower.
But those should be able to just force it open.
There's not much air in this.
It's enough for me. This won't be the hardest thing I've ever done.
Facts. This will be a cakewalk compared to running around on the surface of the Guanxi Yin.
That'll do.
It's barely even warm. This thing is tough.
Yep.
Are you sure it's safe down there?
Nope.
Why he's going first.
What was that for?
In case.
Do you really need a reason? I mean, come on, man. Sometimes you just feel like kissing somebody. And if they're willing to be kissed by you, dang it, kiss them.
I have spoken.
One thing that's difficult when you're designing alien worlds and cultures, when you're a writer, if you're a sci-fi writer, is trying to envision what the technology and environments would be like.
Good.
So a different culture, built differently, would have stuff that would look very different from our stuff. But like trying to imagine, like, well, why does it have these details? You know, it's just always fun for me.
Pole's only big enough to go one at a time. It's going to take hours to get everybody inside.
The shockwave's getting close. I can feel it. Anyone outside needs to find cover and link arms. It's going to be rough.
Find cover and link arms. Seriously, 200 plus kilometer an hour winds. I don't think it's going to help, guys.
What are you still doing here?
Help me, please.
Do we really need all this?
Yes, this is a biochemical assay deck, and that is a pharmaceutical printer. Trust me, we're going to need them both.
It's too late.
Jesus Christ.
Get down. What the hell? Hold it. What was that, man? You saw that outside? You're just standing around looking at people. So be like, get the fuck down. I was just thinking to myself, I expected way worse from 200 kilometer an hour plus wind. That actually wasn't nearly as bad as I expected. How many people were left outside? Warned them. I mean, it's all you can do. You told them to get hunker down. People decided to stay outside, still fucking around with random shit.
I should be down there with you.
It makes me feel better that you're not.
Same to you, Alex.
Oh, it was understood.
I'm not planning to die down here.
Good. Don't.
The things not said, man. I think that's harder to write than dialogue is when there shouldn't be dialogue, you know?
The wind took them both.
Okay, come with me. Come with me. All right.
Inappropriate, but I got the freaking song Rhiannon in my head now. The wind took them.
That boy ain't right.
Marco is on that ship.
You would know by now that there's a price on his head.
He knows.
And do you really believe he would be so careless?
He knows that people aren't going to take the bounty.
Everyone makes mistakes eventually.
And when we need ships and belt us with guns.
When Fred and Dawes see this, they'll give us whatever we need. This time, Marco won't be able to talk his way out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure. Bobby's probably missing her power armor right now. It would have been so fast and easy to do it with that. Yeah, Bobby, you're breathing kind of hard. The hydraulic controls for this thing are all the way up here? Wow. Oh, I see. It's not that they're all the way up here. They're just inside of the silo, basically. So she's going to have to go up and then go down. And you find yourself in these, like, vertical tunnels a lot. Well, okay, I don't know why I said a lot. It's only really happened once before this, I think. Come on, Bobby. Got to get the job done before hypoxia sets in.
That should do it.
Oh, shit. Did you need the hydraulics to cycle that open too, Bobby? Oh, no. It just keeps saying access denied.
There's a guy inside. He's locked me out. He's calling for help. I'm out of there.
So maybe this was a sting operation. Or a test. Could be a test. This is her initiation. They had to see.
Nice work, hero.
Had to see how good you were. Oh. Murchie's probably thinking about how he could take them both out right now. Yep. More people with the eye thing. Such a simple effect, but I can guarantee you they spent a ton of money on that. Oh, that's what it's for.
Think.
Oh, shit. Come on, guys. Pull. The difference between life and death right now. You gotta pull harder. man. Come on, investigator, come and help seal this place. Give me a lever long enough and a place upon which to stand, and I shall move the world. Now, what are you gonna do, Holden? Guess it's just gonna count on water pressure to hold it closed for a minute. I'm not sure about the survivability of that, but hey. It's another dang good episode of TV. Like the stuff that's happening on Illis right now is very close to what happened in the book, but with, like I've said before, with little subtle changes. The big thing, of course, going forward, obviously, aside from just they managed to survive the tsunami inside of the builder structure, is what's going on with people's eyes. I like how they've been sort of subtly building up to the eye thing throughout the season so far. That was a really intriguing plot point for me in the books, because science is just my jam, so I just loved reading the ideas there. And some very cool stuff is going to happen while they're here in this place too, so I'm really looking forward to that. The most interesting character work for me this episode, though, was what was going on with Bobby. I love seeing the stuff happening on Mars, and giving Bobby a bigger role in that is just a lot of fun for me. It's interesting seeing how she doesn't want to be a criminal, but she clearly gets satisfaction from doing a good job, even when she's doing a good job for a criminal. She sort of revels in her physicality and her capabilities, and it was all going to waste while she was junking ships. So I can get it, I understand why she's sort of feeling more alive now than she had been. But it's interesting also, like, the idea of how the seduction of a person into a life of crime can happen. You sort of fill the void of things that they were missing in life. For a lot of people, probably for most people, the biggest part of it is just money. They don't have any money. They don't have any opportunities to really make it in life. So they turn to crime, thinking that, maybe it'll be easier access to what they need. But then there's some other things that come along with it a lot of the times, especially once you start being able to spend. We saw how she was spending more money. She, went to a nice hotel with her boy toy. And, that can start becoming a thing that you really look forward to, being able to do that. And then there's, pride in what she's doing, being a tough person and all that kind of stuff, which can be extra seductive for somebody like her, considering the past that she used to have. Yeah, she was very much about the rules, but she also was a trained soldier, not just a soldier, but an elite soldier, but someone who is meant to be out there in the thick of things, making tactical decisions, getting difficult stuff done and all that stuff. And now she gets to do that and make a good living too. And I'm wondering how far we're going to take the character down this path of compromising her morality, I guess, before her inevitable, I would assume anyway, inevitable return to the light. But yeah, love this show. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. What do you think of the different plot lines that are going on right now? What do you think's going on with the eyes? We got quite a few bits of information to be able to tell us there. And how far do you think Bobby will go? Do you think she'll do something irredeemable, or what do you think will be the breaking point there? I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it. And of course, if you've read the books, make sure to use spoiler tags. I forgot to say that in the previous reactions, but make sure to say spoiler and leave some space, And, you know, also say which books, if you could, because, like I said, I haven't read the finale book yet. And I also haven't read the novellas. So if it's spoiler specific to those things, please make sure you mention it. But, you know, got a lot of people who are planning on probably reading the books after watching the show. It's usually how I prefer to do it too, because books tend to have so many extra layers to them that you get to discover. Even when, you know, you have a thing where it's not like, oh, the adaptation is terrible, but the books are super great, or vice versa. I say both of them are really great. There's just differences between them. And I would really like to sort of be able to discover some of the differences that I don't know already for myself. So yeah, again, my long-winded way of just saying, please use your spoiler warnings. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you guys about this. As always, thanks for watching. Do your best to stay safe and be well. And I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.